Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tchelebi of Park Avenue Medical Spa. Our spa is located in Armonk, New York, and we have been here for over 20 years. I would like to tell you today about one of our most popular treatments, the CoolSculpting Elite. Be sure to stay to the end of our presentation and so I can answer whatever questions you may have. CoolSculpting is a non-surgical way to contour your body by safely and effectively freezing stubborn fat. It effectively targets and freezes fat cells without damage to the skin or the surrounding structures. With CoolSculpting, we can treat multiple areas: submental fat, abdomen, bra fat, back fat, love handles, saddlebags, inner thighs, banana rolls, knees, and arms. Practically, you can treat any area with undesired fat, and we have been very successful in treating any of these areas. As long as one is careful with diet and remains active, they start noticing results even 3 weeks post the treatment. CoolSculpting is one of my favorite body contouring procedures. It is effective, there's no downtime, no discomfort, and temporary side effects. The treatment can be applied to most areas with stubborn fat, and there is no unevenness post-treatment. Patient undergoing this treatment can relax, they can read, they can watch TV, they can even work during the treatment. With the introduction of the new Elite system, we can treat multiple areas at the same time, thus reducing the overall treatment time. It is important to understand that CoolSculpting is not a weight loss treatment. The ideal candidate is an individual who has stubborn fat deposits, which he or she has difficulty losing with a healthy diet and staying active. Most people will start noticing results as soon as 3 weeks post-treatment. These changes will continue and you will see further improvement even up to 3 or 4 months. We recommend a follow-up 6 weeks post-treatment to determine if there is need for any additional session. At the time of your initial consultation, we'll map the areas to be treated. We may need to use multiple applicators to properly cover a fat deposit. This will determine the total treatment time. We can also advise you on the total number of sessions, and this will definitely depend on the amount of fat and also on the number of areas where you do have undesired fat deposit and you would like to reduce them. The most common side effects are swelling and bruising. This is why we recommend that at the time of your treatment you bring an elastic garment, and that will help to reduce the swelling. We also recommend that you stay away from blood thinning medication pre-treatment as well as post-treatment. There are really no restrictions and you can return to your normal activity immediately post-treatment. The results will last as long as you maintain your weight. Once you gain weight, the remainder of the fat cells will distend again and can create another undesirable fat deposit. The fat does not move from one location to the next. You will see the same effects as post any other type of fat contouring treatment in case you gain weight. Once you decide to undergo this treatment, it is important that you try to remain at a stable weight. Hi Jessica, so tell me what bothers you, what would you like to look better?
So for the most part, I eat healthy. I try to be as active as possible, but I do think I have a lot of stubborn belly fat in the lower section, which is what I would like to get rid of.
Okay, all right. So yes, I can see that. This would be the area that I think we can definitely improve. And what I would use here will be 2 applicators that we can position here to cover this area, and then maybe we can even do 1 applicator to the upper portion to see if we can improve on that. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to mark this area with the pen, and this is exactly a template of the applicator. So this really helps me to map out the area that needs to be treated. And the same thing we'll be doing up here. And we want to make sure that we are covering all or the entire fat deposit properly. And then we'll have you sit in for the treatment. I think we can most probably do treat these 2 areas at the same time. So in that fashion, we can reduce the total length of treatment. Okay. The treatment is going to be pretty comfortable. You shouldn't really feel any discomfort, maybe just in the beginning, a little bit of suctioning, and that's but then once the applicator starts cooling, the area becomes pretty numb, so you're not going to really feel anything for the remainder of the treatment.
Okay.
All right, so now we'll have you sit right here and we'll get started.
Okay.
So Jessica, you're comfortable the way you are?
Yes.
All right, so now we'll be setting the machine. That's really very easy. This delineates the area of treatment, which is the abdomen. And it's going to set up the timing. We've prepared all that. Now I'm going to ask David to just wipe the area to be treated, and the purpose of this is really to protect the skin from the effects of this freezing temperature. And it's good to do this for a little bit until we have a nice coverage of the area. And after that, we are going to utilize this gel pad that's going to help to secure the applicator in place. And that's a little bit uncomfortable, right, Jessica? Just very cold.
Yes.
And, but it's not painful.
No.
Okay, perfect. And once that is done, then we will be placing this applicator. I will take this away from you. And then if you want to just set that up, and we'll secure it with the strap so it stays in that position throughout the treatment. Unfortunately, in this situation, we will not be able to place the second applicator because that will be preventing proper treatment. We do like in certain situations to overlap the applicator so we are not missing any of the fat deposits, and you will not end up with any unevenness. So we'll go for the 35 minutes right here. Once that treatment is completed, then we will just be placing them to the other marked areas. There are, however, situations where we're able to treat 2 applicators at the same time. If Jessica would have wanted to treat, let's say, a love handle, or maybe knee, or thigh, inner leg, then we would have been able to actually do those 2 areas at the same time. So I'm going to turn the machine on, and we'll check with you periodically. But you also have here this little device in case you need us to come in for any reason. Just press the button, and we'll come and help you out.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us to learn more about CoolSculpting. Please use the chat box to ask any questions. Our winner for the raffle will be announced by email at the end of the presentation. You may respond yes to the text message and we will help you set up a complimentary consultation. For those who attended today's presentation, we'll offer 50% off their treatments. Thank you again for being here with us today. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Tchelebi. Thank you again for attending my presentation. We have acquired our first CoolSculpting machine in 2016, and then we obtained the Elite in 2021. And we have performed approximately 3,300 treatments over this period of time. We have seen very good results, as I'm sure you noticed from our photographs. So please let me know what kind of questions, what other information you would like to hear. We do recommend that you bring in a type of a spandex or some sort of a elastic garment that you can wear after the treatment, so that in case there is swelling, that will help to reduce faster. Usually the swelling can last anywhere between a week to 2 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, but generally this resolves without any additional treatments. The special is valid to the end of the month of February. So yes, one of the other question that I have is how long does each treatment last? So the treatment usually, or the length of the treatment depends on the number of applicators that we need to use in order to cover the fat deposit. As you noticed in the case that we presented in the video, it was abdominal fat, and that basically requires 3 applicators. Each one of them takes about 35 minutes. However, with the new Elite, we are able to treat 2 applicators at the same time. So obviously that's going to reduce the total time in about half compared to the time with the older machine. Are there any side effects I need to worry about? So usually the most common complications are swelling and maybe some bruising. These are generally short-lived. One of the other complications, which is called PAH, paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, is a very rare complication. It's usually about 0.03% of cases. And that means that instead of reduction in the fat deposit, you may notice actually an increase in that. It is, as I said, a very rare complication. It's not really known exactly why it happens. However, we are standing behind, and so does the company. So in case this develops, it can be easily reduced through liposuction and without any problems, any other complications, or any long-term or chronic side effects. So, how long have we been doing CoolSculpting and how many patients have we treated? As I mentioned in the beginning of my talk, we acquired our first unit in 2016, and then the Elite, which gives us the ability to treat two applicators at the same time, in 2021. And we did over 3,300 treatments ever since we acquired our first machine. If I wanted this under my chin, would I need additional laser treatment after to help firm it up? That's a very good question. So it all depends on the age and if there is also laxity or just a fat deposit. Very often in younger people, where we are just dealing with the fat deposit, just treating with CoolSculpting will suffice. However, if there is also some laxity, we may recommend post CoolSculpting to do some additional tightening treatment. If I book a consultation, can I get treated the same day? Um, in certain situations, yes, if the time is available, the machine is not being utilized at the time, obviously we can. So maybe at the time you call to make the your appointment for the consultation, you may even want to ask if the time is available. The problem is that without the consultation, we are not really going to know how long your treatment is going to last. So that's why it's trickier to actually definitely be able to have you have the treatment at the same day as the consultation. But we'll definitely try our best to accommodate you. How long is a cool treatment? So again, the treatment itself depends on the area and the number of applicators. Obviously, it's important to properly cover the entire fat deposit, and depending on the contour, depending on the size, we may need one or two or three applicators. The machine comes with a bunch of different ones. However, since everyone is of different size, at different contours, you can see why it all depends on that. But each applicator requires about 35 minutes. So it's if we can treat two at the same time, obviously we'll be able to reduce the total treatment time. Do you do virtual consultation? Yes, of course, we can do virtual consultations to save on and not have to have you necessarily come in and save on your time. So yes, let us know, and my office can arrange that. I think that these are all the questions. Thank you again for attending this informative sessions. And if you have any other questions or if you'd like to have a consultation, please call my office. The number is 914-730-3333. You can also reach us via email at parkavenuemedicalspa@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to see you in our office.